Listen very closely because what I'm about to tell you could be the most surprising Social Security update you've heard in years. There is something quietly happening behind the scenes inside Social Security and the Treasury system, and almost nobody understands how it works. It's not a new stimulus. It's not a viral rumor. It's something much more boring on paper, but it can still mean real money showing up when you least expect it. And the strangest part? Most seniors never hear about it from their own doctor, their financial advisor, or even Social Security reps unless they ask the right questions. Before we dive in, if you're new to the channel, welcome to Retirement Made Easy. Hit that subscribe button and tap like so you don't miss clear, no-nonsense updates on Social Security, retirement benefits, and senior financial news. Your support helps this information reach more people who truly need it. Let's go back for a moment. Think about everything that's happened since 2020. We went through a pandemic. The government pushed out multiple rounds of stimulus. Inflation took off. Groceries, rent, meds, insurance, everything climbed. Most people remember the big, loud events. The relief checks, the headlines, the speeches. But what most people don't realize is this. While all of that was happening in public, quiet, technical decisions were also being made in the background that affect how benefits are calculated, corrected, and sometimes even adjusted years later. We're talking about cost of living formulas, retroactive corrections, underpayment reviews, cross-checks between SSA, the IRS, and the VA stuff that never makes the news ticker, but absolutely can impact seniors' wallets. So what's actually going on? From time to time, Social Security and Treasury are legally required to review their systems, check for underpaid benefits, fix calculation errors, implement new cost of living rules, reconcile data between agencies. These are not political decisions. They're compliance and accuracy checks. Think of them as the government version of balancing the books. When something doesn't line up, maybe a COLA was misapplied, a spouse benefit wasn't adjusted correctly, or a veteran's record wasn't synced properly, the system can generate additional payments even years after the fact. Not because someone fought for it in Congress last night, but because the math says you were owed more than you got. That's the quiet mechanism almost nobody talks about. Actually open their mail and don't ignore strange-looking letters from SSA or Treasury. So, what's actually going on? From time to time, Social Security and Treasury are legally required to review their systems, check for underpaid benefits, fix calculation errors, implement new cost of living rules, reconcile data between agencies. These are not political decisions. They're compliance and accuracy checks. Think of them as the government version of balancing the books. When something doesn't line up, maybe a COLA was misapplied, a spouse benefit wasn't adjusted correctly, or a veteran's record wasn't synced properly, the system can generate additional payments even years after the fact. Not because someone fought for it in Congress last night, but because the math says you were owed more than you got. That's the quiet mechanism almost nobody talks about. Here's what this can look like in real life. A widow switches from her own benefit to a survivor benefit, but a small part of the calculation was entered wrong. Years later, during a systems review, Social Security catches the discrepancy. And suddenly, a letter shows up with a notice. We found you were underpaid in the past and you will receive an additional payment. Or, a veteran receiving both VA and Social Security benefits has overlapping income reported in two systems. A later correction changes the taxable portion or the monthly amount. And again, a small lump sum appears, not as a favor, but as a correction. Or, someone started benefits at 62, later reported updated earnings, and the system recalculated their primary insurance amount. It doesn't change overnight, but after the adjustment, back pay appears for the months they were underpaid. None of these situations go viral, but they happen. And the people who benefit are usually the ones who keep their information updated, actually open their mail, and don't ignore strange-looking letters from SSA or Treasury. So what does this mean for you right now? Let's talk about real steps you can take so you don't miss out on legitimate corrections or adjustments. Step 1. Log into your My Social Security account. Make sure your address is current, your direct deposit info is correct, your email and phone number are up to date. Outdated info is one of the top reasons people miss payments or get delays. Step 2. Review your benefit history. Inside your account, you can see your payment history. Notices SSA has sent messages that may explain changes. If you see a bump in benefits or a one-time payment and have no idea why, don't just assume it's a mistake or ignore it. Click into the details or call and ask. Step 3. Don't ignore official letters. If you get a letter from the Social Security Administration, the Treasury Department, the IRS relating to benefits, read it carefully. Look for phrases like, "We reviewed your record," "We found you were underpaid," "Your benefit has been adjusted." Yes, there are scams out there, but real letters will not ask you to pay a fee, buy a gift card, or upload your bank info to a random website. When in doubt, go directly to ssa.gov or use the phone number printed on an official SSA letter, not one you find in a random email. Step 4. If something looks off, ask about it. If you believe a survivor benefit wasn't calculated correctly, your work history is missing earnings, your disability status changed, or your benefit seems strangely low compared to your record, you can ask for a review or clarification. You don't have to accuse anyone or be confrontational. You can simply say, "Can you help me understand how this amount was calculated? I want to make sure nothing was missed." That one question has helped a lot of people uncover missed credits, incorrect dates, or overlooked spousal entitlements. Now, I want to be clear about something. There is no magic hidden button that suddenly sends every retiree a $5,000 check because of a secret law from years ago. If you see videos promising that be very cautious, what does exist is this: systems that sometimes underpay rules that sometimes get misapplied, legal obligations to fix errors when they're found, and in a world where groceries, housing, and medical bills keep climbing, even an extra few $100s from a correction can make a real difference. It might not change your entire life, but it can buy medication, a month of utilities, a manageable cushion in a very tight budget. That's worth paying attention to. If you're watching this, chances are you either receive Social Security or know someone who does. You've lived through economic shocks, market swings, policy changes, and years of trying to stretch every dollar you deserve. Clear information, not rumors, not scare tactics, and not hype. So here's what I want you to do today. Log into your SSA account, update your details, read any unread messages or notices. And if something looks confusing, write down your questions for your next call or appointment. And then share this video with a friend or family member over 50 who might be missing important notices without even realizing it. If you found this helpful, let me know in the comments. Have you ever received a surprise payment or adjustment from Social Security or the VA? Your stories help other people realize they're not alone. And they help this video reach more seniors who need accurate guidance, not clickbait. Hit like, make sure you're subscribed, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update. Sometimes, the biggest financial changes don't come from brand new programs. They come from the system finally correcting something it should have gotten right in the first place. I'm Carl, this is Retirement Made Easy, and I'll see you in the next video.